to Aussie rules, and I think that's the reason there's so many Australian rules guys over here doing what I'm doing, is just because of the success that we have with those plus 50 punts.
And then Corsac, of course, is legendary with the lack of touchbacks.
He runs the town of Jersey, huh?
What do you admire most about his game? And I'm sure he would probably have complimentary things to say about yours as well.
Just like you said, just probably consistency. He's really been doing it for a couple of years now. No touchbacks, which is something that I wish I could emulate. But like I said, been hitting good balls, so I can't really complain. But yeah, to talk about Adam, I know he's going to bring a lot of problems and issues for us, and not necessarily me because I don't have anything to do with it. But I'm sure Coach Woods is thinking about that a lot. But he's a great punter. But there's great punters in the Big Ten that we're going to face, and he's one of them.
Do you? I mean, people are billing this as a punting duel, really. I mean, do you?
Well, you are, yes. I saw that. Yeah, people. I think that's just you, isn't it?
People are saying.
Yeah,
people are saying.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is a legitimate factor that whoever probably has the punter perform well will make a difference. It's not expected to be a high-scoring game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really not too sure about that. It's kind of hard to predict the future. I'm no superhero or anything like that. But it's probably just going to come down to field position and defense and the offense as well. I feel like the offense did a really good job Saturday night, but I think we've kind of seen this year, like, field position matters, not even just for us here at Iowa, but just in general. Like, there's a lot of punters out there doing great things and giving their team great field position.
So you don't Corsac's over there, is that motivation for you, or do you need that?
What's that, sorry?
Knowing that Corsac's over there, is that motivation for you?
Yeah, it's probably, I've kind of said this a few times, I think, but a lot of guys here, and even guys on the team, probably don't really appreciate like how good of a moment it is when I see like guys that I've known, or there's other Australian guys, because when you're kind of over here, it doesn't really get lonely or anything like that, because I'm really grateful for the guys on the team, but it's also really special, like seeing other Australian punters. Yeah, so I'm really excited for that.
Tori, you've been getting a lot of national attention recently. Pat McAfee, I saw, he's on
you
national.
guys need to can we like calm that down? I don't really like that, the national attention. So if everyone's out there, tell them to shut up, would you? Yeah, go on. Sorry.
Tell me more.
I was just curious if you saw that. And did you think it was kind of a cool moment? I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I've said before, Pat's he's obviously been a specialist in the past, and he's done a great job building his brand. And really appreciate. It is pretty exciting when I check my phone. Half an hour, 45 minutes after a game, and see like, Pat McAfee tagged you in a tweet, or Pat McAfee tagged you in an Instagram reel, or whatever it might be. It is pretty cool because he's a pretty high caliber person, so it's also very cool when that sort of stuff happens. But yeah, he's a really nice guy, and hopefully I'll get to meet him one day.
At the risk of you smacking me, when did you start? Do you know who Ray Guy is, or when did you start researching? Because Matt Millen was talking about you and Ray Guy about 50 times.
Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't know that, and I'm certainly not in the ballpark with him. But I know a little bit about Ray Guy, and in fact, my coaches, they do like a few camps when they come over and visit in June, July. They do a few camps, and a lot of the guys meet Ray Guy, but I've actually never met him personally.
Okay.
But yeah, I know he's kind of someone that, or a punter that everyone's trying to get to.
He's on the Punters Mount Rushmore. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe
Yeah,
and
what do you know? The Ray Guy Award is obviously named after him,
right.
so he must have been pretty good, huh? Yeah.
How do you win the punting battle between Adam and Zach? What would be the measure of success for you?
Honestly, I'm really not worried about the battle or anything like that. I'll leave that up to you guys. But for me, I'm just worried about what I can do. And like I've said, there's a lot to improve on. But I've been really happy with what I've been doing so far this year. Getting a little bit more hang time on the kicks, and I haven't. You guys probably wouldn't know this, but the last 2 weeks was the first time that I've actually played in the rain. We've obviously played in the snow. But I've never played in the rain, so that was a good learning experience as well. So to kind of tick that box and just know that, all right, well, I can do it in the rain too as well. But also another thing is that holding has really been a big thing for me as well. That was something I worked at really hard, because I know it looks pretty easy on the TV. You kind of just catch it and put it down. But I know one of the he is. Yeah, this man, he's all over the holding. So. But yeah, so that's really been a big thing as well. But to answer your question about the punting drill, I'm really just going to worry about what I can do, to be honest.
Do you feel like, are you less of a novice about football now than last year at this time when you'd never watched a game, let alone played it?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm starting to learn a lot more, and even just sitting in special teams meetings and things like that, not necessarily team meetings or anything like that, but more the special teams meeting, just learning a lot about that. And you improve your knowledge of the game here every day. So to answer your question, yes.
Is your family going? Sorry, just real quick? Is your family going to this game too or not?
No, they're not. And
Okay.
I will say that while I'm here, I really appreciate. It's obviously been really hard me being here by myself. So when my family comes, it's been a really big moment. So I just wanted to say thanks to everyone. Like I know there's a lot of media that have given them a lot of attention. I'm sure my mum and little brother are loving it. Maybe not as much my dad, but just a shout out to all the fans. I really appreciate all the support they've given them since they got here. Like I really, really appreciate it, and it means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to them. So yeah, from my family, like my parents, my grandparents, all my brothers and things like that, I really appreciate it. So thank you.
As tempted as I am to ask more about holding,
Yeah,
do you and
go
Adam
for it.
do you and Adam talk much?
We do actually. I've spoken to him to the last couple of days. We probably touch base maybe 2 or 3 times a week. Obviously, everyone's doing their thing, and it's never really too much about football. It's just kind of good luck this week, or good, well done on the past weekend, and kind of what else is news, blah blah blah. So yeah, we've spoken a little bit, and yeah, it's kind of funny because we were talking yesterday, and I said, well, we're finally going to play against one another because I think a couple of years ago when I first spoke to him, I don't think he was going to be here for this year, and then kind of COVID happened, so he got that extra year. So yeah, I'm really glad to be playing him, which will be fun.
I guess it's not a good luck when you're going up against him.
No, I mean he's one of my friends, so I wish all success to him. But as long as we kick their ass on Saturday, that's all that matters.
When he was here in 2019, which you still would have been in Australia, he had one of the great games, I guess, and I mean, people were actually cheering for him. And then when he didn't win the Ray Guy that week, Iowa fans went crazy.
He didn't win it that week, really.
No, yeah. So there was like a big protest from Iowa saying he should have won it. So there's like an affinity there, it seems like.
Yeah. So it's funny you say that because I think there's a YouTube video that I forget what the title is, but it might be the greatest punting battle ever or things, and it's him and Sleep Dalton going back and forth. But I can't believe he really didn't win the Ray Guy Award that week or whatever it is. That's crazy.
It was nuts. It was kind of like you in week 1 here.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. I know they're pretty biased, those guys down south, so I don't really care. You can tell them that. I don't really give a shit, honestly.
You're right.
Yeah.